Hi, in this video I'll show you how to add the BootRec utility into the WinPE media. If you haven't already, check out my previous video on how to create a WinPE media. The link is available in the description below. We will be copying the BootRec utility from a Windows installation media that I have attached here. It is present in the sources folder inside the boot.wim file. Now let's take a look at the same boot.wim file that we have in the WinPE media that we created in the previous video. This file is basically loaded into memory whenever you boot from this media. One can think of it like an archive of files. It is also present in the sources folder. As you can notice, the boot.wim file is roughly half in size as compared to the one in the Windows installation media below. And that's because it only contains the bare minimum stuff that we wanted. The temporary location where we had copied the WinPE files using the copype command is still intact. This location contains the files which eventually got copied to the WinPE media. Inside the media folder, we see a similar layout which we saw in the WinPE media. We will also see the same boot.wim file here. Basically, to achieve what we want, we will need to copy over the BootRec utility and put it inside this boot.wim file and then rerun the process to put the modified one on the USB flash drive. You will also notice a blank folder called mount which we can use as a staging area for modifications. On the top left, we will proceed to mount the boot.wim file that we intend to modify using the dism command. The mount procedure has completed. Let's take a peek into this image. Now on the bottom left, we will open another command prompt window to mount the boot.wim file present inside the Windows installation media from which we intend to copy the BootRec utility from. First, we will create another staging area for the larger boot.wim file. As you can see, it is just another blank folder. Then, we will use the dism utility again to mount the boot.wim file from the Windows installation media to the staging area that we just created. Note that this time I use an additional flag /read only as we won't be making any modifications to this one as it is our source. Once the operation is complete, we will be able to see new content inside the temp folder. Let us search for the location of the BootRec utility which we intend to copy. We are concerned with two of these, the main executable and the multilingual user interface file. Let us copy it from there to the staging area that we used earlier on the top left. We will be copying them to the same directory as we found them in the source. Note that the location of the MUI file might differ based on the locale for which you have the Windows installation media. Let us verify whether the copy has succeeded in the mount folder. Yep, the copied files are present. Now we will get rid of the staging area that we had created. To do that, first we will dismount the current image. Then we will delete the staging area. The temp folder is gone now. Now we will save the changes that we made to our custom boot.wim file. To do that, we will unmount the image and commit the changes. Now that we have unmounted the image, the first staging area will go back to being empty. Now all we need to do is put our modified boot.wim file back on the USB drive. Let's open the deployment and imaging tools environment again. Similar to last video, we shall invoke the make WinPE media command again. Copy the example, right click to copy and right click to paste. And then change the drive letters appropriately. The F drive here denotes my USB flash drive. Let us hit refresh to see the re-image drive. Alright, now we will close everything and reboot the computer to check whether we have succeeded or not. Once we boot from the USB drive, we will be greeted with the same command prompt window like before. Let us clear the screen and check for the BootRec utility. Yes, the command is available now. That's all, folks.